Hi everyone, this is Callie. Welcome back for another STAMPtember exclusive video using the STAMPtember collaboration with Memory Box. This stamp set is called So Kind and it features these beautiful magnolia images which I absolutely love. If you're interested in this set, be sure to head over to the website and purchase your set now. As with all STAMPtember collaborations with our sponsors, these sets will not be restocked once they're sold out. So I'm going to stamp the images to create our card today, and then I'm going to color with Copic markers. To begin coloring, I'm going to use a very soft pink to go around the outer edges of all of my magnolia petals. Then I'll use a more muted pink for the center of the petals and blend out with a medium pink. I'm trying to color these like my favorite magnolia. Their centers are very vibrant in color, which we'll add later with a colored pencil. I really just wanted to get a basic blend on these petals and color the rest of my stems and foliage using some brown Copic markers and some greens for the leaves. I'm also going to add a bit of green there to the base of that stalk at the top where the petal meets the stem, and that just gives it a bit more realistic look, a bit more interest. And then I'll color the foliage with this green, doing very simple coloring with some dark, medium, and light shading to blend the three colors together. And once I'm done coloring with Copic markers, I'm just going to use one colored pencil to intensify my magnolia petals and add some veins and as well as some depth to each of those petals. I have here a red POLYCHROMOS colored pencil, and I really didn't think too hard about it. I opened up my folder of colored pencils and just picked a red one. And then I'm just going to flick some veins onto those petals, and as you can see, it's really intensifying that pink that was there that was layered as a base. And this is going to add veins and intensify that color and give our magnolia a lot of pop. Once I'm done adding those veins, I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut these images. There are a set of coordinating dies that you can buy with this stamp set, so be sure to grab that if that's important to you. I am fussy cutting because I don't have the dies. Now that I have my images cut apart, I'm laying them out and just looking at the curvature of the flower stems, I decided that it's going to be better arranged as a wreath. When I'm creating a wreath, I like to use these circle thin frames. So I'm going to die cut them using some matte gold cardstock. So I have a bunch of rings and I am going to pick out the ring that I want to use to create my wreath. So I have one chosen here, and that's the arrangement basically that I'm going to do. And I decided that I wanted to adhere this frame onto a piece of round cardstock so that I can kind of frame those flowers and add some dimension and depth to that ring. So I die cut a piece of white cardstock using a nested circle, and I'm going to adhere that ring onto that nested circle piece that I cut. Before I stamp a sentiment on this wreath, I just want to make sure that I have my card arranged as I like. And originally I was going to do a portrait orientation like this, but there was going to be some flower overhang and I didn't want that. So I went ahead and flipped my card so it's going to be a landscape card and decide definitely where I want my sentiment to be. I'm going to put that in my MISTI and stamp my sentiment. And while that ink dries, I've decided that I want to ink blend some pink colors behind that wreath to really make that round gold piece pop. So I'm using some Sweets ink and I'm using a background blending brush and adding that color so that it fans out from the center and fades to that white around the edges of the cardstock. Now I'm going to trim 1/4 inch off all of the sides so that this mats a card base before adhering my wreath to the center of the card panel. Once that's in place, I'm going to go ahead and take my images and lay them out so that I know where the placement is going to be before I start adhering it all down with some liquid adhesive as well as some foam adhesive to match the height of that ring that we adhered down first. That combination of liquid adhesive with that foam adhesive is going to make sure that our images are nice and secure. And I really love the way that pink glows from underneath that wreath with all this dimension. I'm going to finish with the last image here, tucking it behind this other image to make sure that it looks like one continuous wreath. And once I'm done with that, I decide to add a few sequins to my card. So I'm using some liquid adhesive, adding a few little drops here and there where I want my sequins to go. Then I'll add my sequins using my place and pierce tool here. And then all that's left to do is to adhere this to a card base. I hope you enjoyed this project. If you're interested in this STAMPtember exclusive product, be sure to check out the links below where everything will be linked for your convenience. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye!
Hi there, I'm Heidi, Simon's mama and founder at simonsaysstamp.com. Thank you so much for watching our video. If you like what you just saw, be sure to press the thumbs up and subscribe to see more great content.